Previously on the Stanbic National Schools Championship. Ordinarily, the normal school calendar would have us right now in the different schools across the entire country with students writing the National School Championship quiz or exam, as we call it. But man, COVID leveled us and we had to go to think and find a better way to put this out there. So we introduced what we call the Quiz On Challenge, where not just the students, but also you, members of the public, would participate.
There's this kid who spoke about the shea butter business. This guy is trying to hit like 10 different birds with one stone.
Sure.
Off burning these shea nuts,
Yes.
you actually can get edibles, you will eat them.
Yeah.
Off that you will make cooking oil, off that you will make biogas. He seems to have a real clear plan.
You heard it from PwC. The four schools that made it from the northern region to the next stage are Hope Senior School, Wisdom High School, Shigumba Intensive, and St. Andrew's College, Moyo. The two businesses that stood out for the business analysts were shea butter production and bookmaking. We want to find out, did these businesses actually make it to that stage? Join us as we head to Lira and find out who will be the representative of the northern region this year.
This is agricultural-based business dealing with rearing of fish and especially tilapia fish. We are going to be using aquarium. An aquarium is just a rectangular glass whereby the fish are put inside when they are alive and taken to the market. You've seen the beauty about that. The customers are coming to buy products when they are still alive.
I just want to understand it a little bit better. Do you get the fish when they're still young, as in fingerlings, the really small tadpole-like fish, and then wait for them to grow? Or do you get fish that are already like grown and then just for the presentation part, get them to just to show them through the aquarium?
We are going to get the grown one, then we put it in aquarium.
Thank you very much. It's a very innovative idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me introduce to you Andre Juice. Andre literally means that I have seen. The school does not sell fresh fruit juice, yet it has a total population of about 800 students. The students have expressed interest and demand for an alternative drink, and Andre Juice is here to satisfy that. We shall customize our products according to the health needs of our customers. Our customers get to choose between sugar or honey as sweeteners.
You haven't told us the flavors you plan to be offering. Would like to know that.
We'll use passion fruits, we'll use avocados, we'll use mangoes, but so our customers desire, you can even mix it up to make a cocktail.
All right, thank you very much, St. Andrew's Moyo. You may take your seats.
We have decided to name our business the Kiss Pride Bakers. We have decided to name it Kiss because that word Kiss simply represents my school. That makes it easy for someone to easily identify and know that yes, this is a product of Shigumba Intensive Secondary School.
We are going to
make cakes of different flavors. I'm talking about strawberry, lemon, mango, mixed berries, and the others.
One of the uniqueness of our products is that we are not only producing the ordinary cupcakes, but we are making them to look very nice. You can see this one is a love cake. You see it is in a symbol of a heart. This is, see, look at this one, rectangle. Those who want to eat and feel very nice, you use this one. These cupcakes are very small, 500 shillings only. The way you can see, they are small, tasty, but delicious. However, to spice it up, we have our cupcakes, like the ones that are always in the market. But these ones are very special. We are adding more flavors to make them unique, tasty, and everyone will admire to taste. Please, this is our cupcake, but they are buttered. Taste Kiss Pride Bakers. You will live not to regret the investment you have put in us.
I would like to understand, what are your expenses?
The expenses we are going to meet will be within these 500,000 shillings. First, we are going to ensure that we buy at least a local oven.
Cassia oils is a combination of shea nut oils and cashew nut oils. We brought this together to bring a very nutritious and healthy oil for consumption to every one of us.
My fellow entrepreneurs, business analysts, did you know that more than 75% of the cooking oil produced in Uganda are highly cholesterol? And the consumption of the cooking oil with that highly cholesterol in them leads to the formation of fatty deposits in our blood vessels. This eventually leads to the narrowing of our arteries that leads to high blood pressure. Because of that, we have come up with cassia oils. That is a source of healthy dietary fats that's good for the heart, and it reduces the bad cholesterol in the blood.
My question though is, what's your pricing against the normal cooking oil?
We have realized that cooking oil produced in Uganda has high level of bad cholesterol, and the less cholesterol one are very expensive. A liter, for example, Sunseed goes at 14,500. That is a liter. So how is it going to be 7,000 shillings? Almost half of what is there. So that is how we're going to sell it. So that means our product is going to be affordable.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Otinowa honey, sweeter than sweet, 100% natural. How will it feel when women stop crying that my husband has left me for someone else because he says I'm no longer having a glowing skin? We as Otinowa have come to solve so many problems. We're also solving a problem of poverty. In our area, we have people who live around our organization waiting for Otinowa to help them with money. But we are teaching them on bee farming. Our opportunity for growth, right now we have available land for expansion. Then as we train the community around, they supply to us. Because in Uganda, honey is not a very viable business if you're doing it on your own. But we all know that when we work together, then everything is brought in a bundle. By giving free hives to our graduate members, we also ensure more supply. The milestones we want to achieve: we want to train more farmers to ensure supply of honey, then increase production by 5%.
I didn't quite get your revenue streams. Do you also make money from the trainings, or it's strictly from sale of honey?
Well, the training are free of charge because that's how we can involve the members of our community, and we benefit by buying their raw honey.
In the first place, the champion of the NSC 2021 Northern Regional Business presentation is Chigumba Intensive Secondary School. In the Biz Grow, we only had one, and that is Otinowa Children's Village with 82%.
What amazing presentations those were from the Northern region. A big congratulations to Chigumba Intensive for having taken the slot as the Northern region champions. Our next stop is Jinja as we find out who of the 4 schools will make it as finalists in the East. Busoga High School, Kira College Boutique, Mpumude Seed School and Musana Vocational. Please follow us as we find out who of the 4 will come out as winner.
As Boutique Paper, we are aiming at reducing the rate at which trees are being cut down. We are also reducing the rate at which paper is being used to litter the compound in our school community.
We have come up with a way of sourcing paper. Instead of us burning the paper, which is paper waste, we want to make it a raw material. I can get that piece of paper, take it to a recycling company. When I take it to a recycling company, those people can seriously come up with a better idea whereby I give them paper, they give me reusable paper. So these are rims, these are toilet papers, and these are books that I got from those materials.
How much paper do you need to collect for you to maybe make a rim or a roll of toilet tissue?
In a day, we collect over 50 kilograms. 50 kilograms of paper. So for one paper, or for someone to manufacture a rim, someone may need around something like around 30 kilograms of paper.
Our business is rabbit farming. We are looking at health and wealth as something that we stand for. And the problem that we are going to address in our community is people out there are rearing rabbits, but they do not know where to take the rabbits. So we are trying to look for market, giving market to other farmers, other smaller farmers, because these rabbits are needed in bigger quantities and most of the farmers have very little to offer.
Now, among the different products we get from rabbit farming, one, we have the rabbit's meat, which is a very good source of protein. It's a linear source of proteins, and it has a low fat content, meaning it's more healthier compared to the red meat we have in the market. Then we have also the urine, the rabbit's urine. It can be used as manure.
You said you started with 3 rabbits, 2 does, 1 buck, eh?
Yeah.
How many rabbits do you have now?
We're having 96.
96?
96.
In a time frame of how long?
That has 6 months.
6 months, eh? Yeah. Okay, have you sold any so far?
We have sold, those were equal to 20 rabbits.
Before you are Abinska farmers, the growers of pumpkins. Hashbinska farming is operating on half an acre of land, and there is availability of 2,800 fruits out of that half an acre. For example, look at those young pumpkin leaves. They are steamed and eaten as sauce, which is very good and so tasty. Also, the seeds in it are very good, whereby you can roast them and eat them, and maybe you can take them to the grinding machine and they grind and it becomes powder, whereby you can cook porridge into it, and it acts as a brain booster. It can boost your brain.
When you say 80% of people need pumpkins, how did you come up with that figure?
We made research, and according to our research, we saw that, you see, all people in Uganda, all people need pumpkins.
Feed the Earth is a pesticide. Feed the Earth is to provide a pesticide that enhances productivity and increases on the quality at relatively lower costs. This pesticide is really efficient. In the process of applying this pesticide, the solution is poured in the hole and covered with a soil layer before the sucker is planted.
The product we are talking about is here. The biggest component is urine harvested from the public toilets at Busoga High School. It has a very offensive smell, but for purposes of this expo, I want to demonstrate how it applies. I've moved with a sample of the beetle, the black beetle, which we call kabasa. This one destroys the roots of matoke, and when the roots are destroyed, any slight wind blows and the whole project is down. So what we do is that this pesticide is poured and covered with soil, and the kabasa or the black beetle dies immediately. You just pour something small like this. Once you put the solution and cover with the soil, the beetles die instantly, and you will have a plantation which is green with big harvests.
How do you go about collecting the urine? I'm a bit curious.
We have a container at the public toilet, which is placed strategically. So when somebody goes into the toilet to urinate, the urine is collected outside in our container. So people don't know that we are collecting urine.
With Urban Taste Restaurant, we say it's not only about the good and delicious food, but it's also about the experience.
Then besides that, we're having our products, we're supplying, we're having fries. Then we also had fries and chicken. We also had fries and the meat. Yeah, fries and eggs also.
Are you cooking from one central location and then delivering to other places, or?
We have resumed into the guest house, and we are now resuming with our delivery outside.
Okay, thank you very much. So the winner of the 2021 Eastern National Schools Championship is Busoga High School Kamuli! Wow. Then there's the Biz Growth here. You ended up with a score of 75%, which is just there at a distinction 1 in our books, but all of you are just okay.
The pesticide business takes the crown as the champion of the Eastern region. Congratulations to Busoga High School, and we really can't wait to meet you at the grand finale. Our next stop is the Western region. The schools that made it to this particular stage are Branyanji Girls School, Chebambe Girls School, Kabalega Trust Secondary School, and Mbarara Secondary School. We can't wait to see who of those 4 will make it as top finalists in the Western region.
Welcome back from the break. Now we should be in the western part of Uganda, in the land of milk and honey. But alas, the second wave of COVID-19 has hit again. With schools closed and inter-district travel stopped, we chose to bring it online because at the bank, we believe whatever it is, it can be. Now join me for the central presentations and our comrades in the West.
The next one business is agriculture. We are looking at becoming the leading producers of nutritious black soldier fly larvae in Uganda.
In our community, we are over 200 homesteads, and out of these 200 homesteads, 75% of them rely on livestock as either their major or minor source of income. When we interviewed some farmers, we discovered that some of them have a fear of stunted growth. Luckily, however, we as Peli Animal Feed Supplement, we have come up with a solution. We are planning to rear a black soldier fly. It is very nutritious. It has proteins, it has fat, it has iron, it has phosphorus, and very many other nutritious contents and very many other importances apart from that one.
Despite the fact that poison bugs are cheap, they are hazardous to the environment. This is why we bring you Smart Pack, designers of clean, cost, and eco-friendly packaging paper bags that are useful. Smart Pack designs a range of packaging options, which include general purpose paper bags, gift bags, wrapping paper, parcels envelopes, among many others. And these bags are made from normal hard paper.
I'd like to understand what the different sizes of the packs you have right now, your unit cost, and how much you're selling them at.
Yes, so as I mentioned, we have 3 different kinds of paper bags. We have the ordinary, the fancy, and the personalized. And we have in 3 different sizes. We have small, medium, and large. And when it comes to the ordinary, the small size is at 300 shillings, the medium size at 500 shillings, and the large size at 1,000 shillings.
Alan and Owen thought about an idea, Bike Fruit Center, which is a very corner-based business that deals with retail and wholesale of fruit. My Fruits app will be the first online shopping app in Mbarara City and Western Uganda at large. We also expect to include other businesses on this application because it is an online shopping application, and as an administrator, I can include other items even when I'm outside school, and we shall have multiple businesses on this application.
Okay, how many liters do you sell in a week?
So because of the limitations of the COVID-19, we have been able to make almost 20 liters per day, and that is what we are currently running on.
Kawaliga Trust Secondary School, representing Demo Poultry Feeds. Our objectives: to enable farmers improve their income levels, to fight famine in societies, to protect the environment, to enhance communities attain higher education levels.
Kakwa Dennis started locally by providing poultry feed that was for chicken, ducks, geese, and other domestic birds. But in July, he went local, where he was buying maize bran and mixed it locally with the available ingredients of silverfish grinded. And for him, he thought that adding silverfish was an appetizer to the feed. But little did he know that it was a nutrient to consider. To produce a sack for 70 kilograms of feed for baby chicks, he uses 46 kilograms of whole maize, 18 kilograms of sunflower, but in case sunflower is not around, he uses linseed, 3 kilograms of fish meal, a half a kilogram of salt, 2 kilograms of lime, and 160 grams of coccidiostat. And due to Dennis's mix that contains coccidiostats, farmers' birds are protected from diseases like coccidiosis.
Are the 20 customers repeat customers? The answer is yes.
What is the feedback you are getting from the customers? The customers are appreciating my product. Only they are recommending that I begin adding enzymes to my product, and they are suggesting if I can open up outlets nearer to them.
The mosquito repellent soap is a solution to one of Uganda's most outstanding problems, malaria. Bold Repel Mosquito Repellent Soap is a natural soap made for all ages from locally available natural mosquito repellents. It prevents mosquito bites and thus protects you and your family from malaria and death. These repellents also double as skin nourishing ingredients for a smooth, beautiful skin.
In relation to employment, we're employing 5 people. We have 2 suppliers at the moment, but the suppliers are growing in number because of the very many needs. For example, the boxes added a new supplier. We are employing people already, so we are contributing to the SDGs.
We have seen the presentations from the western part of Uganda, and now we come to Central. First up, Mitiana Trinity College.
The nature of the business is agro-business, and our main product is mushrooms. Our agro-mash project of Mitiana Trinity College will address the following problems: over-dependency on world seasonal inadequate mushrooms, mainly because mushrooms grow in the wild bushes and forests, mainly in the rainy season.
Even after production cycle of the mushrooms, all incomes generated will be reinvested in large production.
As a Grow-Mash project of Mitiana Trinity College, we are ready to start the business immediately.
One kilogram of mushroom is at 3,000 shillings.
We expect sales after 14 days after planting mushroom seeds, and then every after 2 days for 3 months. Thereafter, production cycle comes in.
The name of our business is Kick Fresh Fruit Juices. We're not only here to sell our business idea, but to also send away the consumption of carbonated juices and drinks from the community. We also have a very good dream of saving up profit, and we will be able to buy a fruit booth. That means we will no longer sell the juice, but the juice will sell itself. How is it going to work? The major start cost is 1,000 shillings. If a customer comes to the booth and they want juice worth 1,000 shillings, they will enter the 1,000 shillings into a part of money, and that part has a center whereby you will not lie us to take money. That money will be detected. Then the juice itself will pour in the glass or the bottle you come with, and it will be able to measure and limit the amount of juice which is supposed to be given to you.
With regards to the fruit booth you guys want to get, how much is it going to cost you to acquire that machine? And then how do you plan to mitigate against vandalism?
The money we need for the booth is something like 4 million Uganda shillings. And how we are going to stop the vandalization, we are going to have a supervisor who will come in sometimes and monitor how the children are using the machine, and it will have a cage in which it is.
Our product is called Shuvera. It comes from a shoe and a kavera meant for the shoe. It is a shoe covering that protects the footwear from damage, from water damage, from getting the soles worn out, simply because we don't want people who are walking in rain, we don't want their feet to get soaked. So this is a product that is going to help benefit that.
The product has two types. We have a disposable one and we have a reusable product. Yeah, so the materials for the reusable one is basically silicone, and we need a silicone mold. Then my colleague here is going to talk about the materials needed for the disposable one.
Yeah.
The disposable one is made through layered material, and in between it we have the PVC lining. It's a waterproof material.
So I'd like to understand what your profit is per pair.
Each size sold at 1,500. So our profit would be 250.
Main products of our service are cakes.
If we are to look at the problem that we are solving in our community,
the community where we are, we feel the cupcakes or the cakes are not embraced much in our community, where we are.
We think the reason as why it is not embraced, it is because there isn't a chance of knowing where to access, or the distance is very long. So if we bring it into our community, then we believe that there is a problem that is solved.
Have you baked any cakes and sold so far?
It has been an involvement, of getting out from school, and it takes a lot of time, so we couldn't bake at that particular time.
Our business is Urban Farming Consultants, has one of the businesses that we are to do, because we have seen that it's able to achieve and even target the sustainable development goals, among which is poverty, our key priority, because it's a problem we have identified being number one. If we are to look at our center, Muyenga High School, we are having 60% of our participants in the urban farming consultancy business coming from slummy areas. So we enabled to attain them with that particular skill of setting up these urban gardens, attaining a stable income source. So we believe that they are able to go back in their home communities and even teach the neighbors, since they have already started developing these demonstration gardens and even are well equipped with the skill that we are talking of, and that is urban urban farming consultancy. Beyond that, we are looking at our scaling also being international, it being a fact that as I'm speaking for now, I've been able to work with different organizations. I've been able to teach an organization in California that is Heirs to Our Oceans about urban farming.
Actually, this money is got from the previous project that we had that was urban farming for holistic transformation.
I have in my hands the results of the Central Region. And in position number 4, Mbazi Riverside High School with a score of 48%. Mitiana College with a score of 62%. Chitante Hill School with a score of 71%. And King's College Budo goes to the finals at 81%. In the Biz Grow tier, Muyenga High School was able to score a cumulative of 79%. Congratulations. I must say the Western region did really well. Mbara Senior Secondary School comes in at position number 4 with 58%. In third position, Kabalega Trust Secondary School with 60%. In second position, Bweranyanji Girls Secondary School with 74%, and Chebambe Girls Secondary School scores probably the highest in the championship at 94%. Wow, that's incredible. Congratulations. And of course, Chenjejo Senior Secondary School scores 81% in the Biz Grow Tier Challenge. What a day it has been. And of course, congratulations to all the winners from all the regions. I can't wait to see you at the appraisals. And until then, make sure that whatever dream that you have, trust it with us, Stanbic Bank, because it can be.